All right, what an intro. Hey everybody, this is Rob Shack. So today we're going to be going through a video. I'm going to be talking about a lot of things here. As you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about Dynasty Warriors 3, talking about ways that it's good, talking about ways that it's better than Dynasty Warriors 2, and talking about ways that it's better than Dynasty Warriors 9, because I am pretty confident, and I think most people in the comments will agree, Dynasty Warriors 3 is better than Dynasty Warriors 9. And I hope that that is true to most people. If not, let me know why I'm wrong, but be respectful. But I think Dynasty Warriors 3 is way better than Dynasty Warriors 9 and better than Dynasty Warriors 2. So I'm going to take a lot of time here, go through a lot of mechanics of Dynasty Warriors 3, talk about how they were an improvement from Dynasty Warriors 2, and then pepper in some talking about how Dynasty Warriors 9 took things away that Dynasty Warriors 3 added. So, oh boy, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Help me get to 1,000 subs. I hope y'all appreciate the video. And yeah, let me know things that I forget, because I'm probably going to forget things because there's a lot of stuff going on here. So I'm going to talk about Dynasty Warriors 3. First, talk about what it is. It's an improvement to Dynasty Warriors 2. Came out a year later with a lot of features, like, for example, movie gallery. Like, for example, openings. You can edit the opening characters and do all of this stuff. You can have a good time making all these things go. You can also base it off of the Shu, Wu, and Wei ones. So that's pretty cool. You can do all these settings. You can do difficulties. You can do rankings, although I don't understand why rankings are in this game, but that's fine. It's an innovation, and I respect it. So, way more stuff here compared to Dynasty Warriors 2. Dynasty Warriors 2 didn't really have any of this type of stuff. Dynasty Warriors 3 also has a database, which is really cool. I'm starting with all the easy stuff because this is stuff to just get out of the way. Database, awesome. Literally every character that you ever see on any level, you can find them in here. Organize it by force, by alphabet. It's pretty cool. You see their little model if they have an actual playable character once they spawn in. Stand by. Wait for it. There we go. So you can see all this. You can see all the weapons in the game. I'll talk about this more in a little bit, but this is an improvement on Dynasty Warriors 2 a lot because you have advancing levels of weapons now. You don't just start with one and then work through it that way. You actually get, you start with a level 1 weapon, which is the same as in Dynasty Warriors 2. Then you jump to a 5-hit combo, which is your second weapon. And then you have your level 3 weapon, which is the full 6-hit combo. There's also bonus 4th weapons that have still a 6-hit combo. Also, there's items. That wasn't in Dynasty Warriors 2. Again, things that you play when you realize this, Dynasty Warriors 2 had a lot of, it was very primitive, very much paving the way. There's also challenge modes, which will have some gameplay going here. I'll just get this going. But there's gameplay going, yeah. Challenge modes are great. That's not in Dynasty Warriors 2. They didn't have that. They didn't have anything like that in Dynasty Warriors 2. They were just, again, they're figuring it out. But this stuff is super fun, and you can just do these little side modes on the side. It is cool to think about how they added so much stuff with items and with weapons. They definitely wanted to make a game that basically took everything from Dynasty Warriors 2 and made it better. And it really shows. Dynasty Warriors 3 came out only 1 year after Dynasty Warriors 2, which is crazy to think about because the game looks a lot better. The gameplay is smoother. You also have, obviously you have better weapons and stuff like that. You have advancing skills. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. But the game just looks really good. Music is better. Voice acting, they voice acted every single character in the game, as opposed to Dynasty Warriors 2 is just kind of like, enunciations, as you will. I guess that's what I don't know what you would call that. The little pings. They don't really say anything in the game, but there's like pings of what's going on. In Dynasty Warriors 3, you actually have voice actors saying things. The voice acting is pretty bad, but it's hilarious. It's like so bad that it's kind of good. I think it's hysterical that they literally do that. The voice acting also sounds a little bit better from Dynasty Warriors 2 in just the noises the characters make. Some of the characters made some pretty ridiculous sounds in Dynasty Warriors 2. You can see all of that. There's a lot of it. Dynasty Warriors 2 had a lot of crazy noises that characters would make. And when they would take generals down, they wouldn't say their classic lines. They would say, I defeated an officer, or however they would basically ping saying, I beat somebody. That line wasn't in the game. It was just, again, a little text string. A lot of text strings in Dynasty Warriors 2, but this game basically feels like a Dynasty Warriors 2 plus. I wouldn't say Extreme Legends because there's actually Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends, which we will talk about, by the way, because this is the Dynasty Warriors 3 is the first game in the series to have an Extreme Legend thing, which honestly isn't that bad. It's only 2 in, so it's not like they waited a long time to get Extreme Legends things. So Dynasty Warriors 3 has DLC, if you will, in the Extreme Legends. But we'll talk about that more when we get to it. We'll get through all that. So yeah, voice acting was really cool. The fact that they did that was a big deal. I mean, especially because in Dynasty Warriors 2, they really didn't do that. And then they just had uncredited actors making the noises for the characters. So that was kind of crazy to think about. That, again, things that were added that made Dynasty Warriors 3 so much better than Dynasty Warriors 2. But Dynasty Warriors 2 was very innovative for what it was, because Dynasty Warriors 2 was the first hack and slash game in the series. Like, there was nothing like this. There was a few games that were, like, sort of like this, but Dynasty Warriors was the first, the innovator of the hack and slash genre. All right, so yeah, like as I've said before, there's items in this game, there's weapons, there's customization like that. Also, bodyguards actually get some shout outs here. In Dynasty Warriors 2, they didn't have bodyguard stuff like this. It was just bodyguards would be following you around. You can actually set their orders, you can set their type of weapon and how many you have, obviously. Dynasty Warriors 9 didn't even have bodyguards because that game sucks. What a joke that Dynasty Warriors 9 didn't have bodyguards. I mean, come on. Anyway, but the cutscenes in Dynasty Warriors 3 are way better than in 2 and way better than 9 in my opinion. Dynasty Warriors 9 has terrible cutscenes and it's the newest game in the series. Main game in the series, and their cutscenes are garbage. Dynasty Warriors 3 actually has good cutscenes. I showed a couple at the beginning of this video. Dynasty Warriors 2 just kind of had intros, kind of like how 3 does, but 3s are a little bit more advanced. It's just obvious that they kind of were nervous about testing the hard drive power, and so then they realized they could do a lot more with Dynasty Warriors series, so then they started adding all this other stuff. Having the gameplay in the background here, you can see it's just so smooth. Combos work well, enemies make good noises, the AI is smarter, they do way more to attack you, they do combos, they knock you up in the air, they recharge health, not stupidly like in Dynasty Warriors 2 where they hit the ground, they recharge only if they knock you over, so it's like an accomplishment to them. If something knocks you over, then they get their health back. That makes more sense than what it was like in Dynasty Warriors 2, where you basically could not knock enemies down, even though they like broadcast that like it was a big deal, but you literally couldn't knock generals over because they would just heal. So Dynasty Warriors 3 fixed a lot of the gameplay issues that were in Dynasty Warriors 2. The gameplay is way more fun. Gameplay is way more fluid. Seems like it's probably it feels like it's at a higher frame rate. I'm not totally sure about that, but it just feels very smooth, very fluid, and very fast, and very clean. Characters do kind of get a little bit choppy when you have a lot of enemies on frame, but that's more of a Dynasty Warriors 3 thing. That's not going to be... Dynasty Warriors 2, that would just vanish. At least in Dynasty Warriors 3, they try to keep them up. It's a little bit of a challenge. But gameplay mechanics are cooler. The gates opening is a cutscene now, as opposed to like a weird in-game kind of thing. It's pretty strange and jarring how they do it in Dynasty Warriors 2. There aren't even really... You don't even need gates in Dynasty Warriors 9 because you just rappel over the wall because it's stupid anyway. But like, the gameplay in this game is so crisp. You know, you have, you know, snow on the map. That didn't really happen in Dynasty Warriors 2. You don't have like these little animations where you can see stuff falling from the sky. That kind of thing wasn't really a thing in Dynasty Warriors 2. Again, Dynasty Warriors 2 was just so basic, so bare bones, because it was literally the first in the series of hack and slash games. So they were just kind of seeing if they could test how the game would look. Game looks great. Way more like detail in everything. The character models are the same costumes, but you can see a little bit more detail. The subtleties of their costumes having a little bit more color, a little bit more, you know, it's just a little bit more crisp. Dynasty Warriors 3 just basically took everything that was in 2 and just made it better. More customization to officers, more customization to bodyguards, more customization to even the levels themselves, and I'll get to that in a little bit. So Dynasty Warriors 3, really good in terms of just basic gameplay. I'm going to get into more detail about everything else in a second. The ways that Dynasty Warriors 3's gameplay evolved over Dynasty Warriors 2 is pretty great, and I will describe it more in how the levels work. I think that in Dynasty Warriors 2, they were just basically throwing generals all over the map, just kind of seeing how it would look. Dynasty Warriors 3, it really does feel a little bit more like you make a difference wherever you are on the map. You turn the tides against the enemy, and your forces come together. And the voice acting is good in that you see the response of characters celebrating you for doing things. You want to go celebrate that general. You want to keep them alive. You want to keep hearing their voice, so you go and rescue them. It pings when they're in trouble a little bit more. The AI actually like tries to back out of fights if they're overwhelmed, to stall long enough for you to come and rescue them. The gameplay is still hard enough and challenging enough where generals actually fight you. It's not like in the later games where they just kind of stand there. I think that they do a really good job of tuning the difficulty for Dynasty Warriors 3. I think if I had to actually say which game has the perfect difficulty, I think I would actually lean Dynasty Warriors 3. I think Dynasty Warriors 3 just does a great job. In the later games of the series, you start to see, there starts to be indicators to show when generals are going to Muso and generals are going to do anything. You start to see stuff like that. It gives it away, makes it a little bit easier. The enemies do that thing where they just kind of stand there and look at you. That stuff is way less frequent in this game. Like, the peons still do it, but even then, they still will do a pretty high combo. Like, they don't really mess around. And that's what makes this game really, really interesting to me. The AI will, like, jump. Yeah, they spring back up. They'll parry you. They'll push you back. That was also not a thing in Dynasty Warriors 2. Dynasty Warriors 2 had this weird, like your character would do, like, an automatic swing, but you would lose, like, a big, huge chunk of your Muso. This game has parries, and they fix it even more in Dynasty Warriors 4, but that's a video for a different day. The gameplay, I think, in this game, though, really is just absolutely perfect. They really nail the, like, your character needs to be, you need to be with your troops. Like, you can't just run out there. I mean, eventually you can when you get, like, super fully, you know, if you max out your attack and defense and all that, you can do that. But for now, it's like, yeah, you have to stick with your troops. Like, you need troops to be with you because enemies will just destroy you if you, like, run out there. If you go and try to fight a general with bodyguards, like, the bodyguards will destroy you. Like, they'll hit you, they'll make it so the general can swing, and it just leads to you getting stomped. So, like, in later games, you could literally just run straight through and just destroy everything in a whole area, and it's just not even an issue. But in Dynasty Warriors 3, you really do have to stick with your troops, and you have to, like, actually work on combos because troops actually survive. They actually have health. They don't just die in 1 second. Because in later games, you don't even have to worry. Like, you can just go up and just obliterate everything. Nothing really gets in your way. It's more just like the soldiers are just like enemies to get in the way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, they really, really improved and perfected, in my opinion, the difficulty for Dynasty Warriors 3. It was just so smooth and the difficulty felt natural. Dynasty Warriors 2 was almost impossible just because the enemy generals could get up and heal right away. At least in this game, if they knock you down, they'll try to heal. They have an animation where they sit there, lie crouched, and then you have a chance to walk up to them and hit them and stop them from healing. Dynasty Warriors 2, you can't do that, so they fixed that. Dynasty Warriors 9 doesn't even have anything like that. Like, all the old mechanics of Dynasty Warriors 9 just were gone. It was pathetic. Anyway, I can go into that more later. But, my bodyguards just spawned right in front of me. That was kind of interesting. But the thing that I wanted to say, too, with the gameplay mechanic, and this is something that later games don't really do, and it came to a very big head at Dynasty Warriors 9, but in Dynasty Warriors 3, and it was like this in 2 as well, generals actually... is Wang Zhang? So Wang Zhang spawns right here. That's where Wang Zhang sits on the map. Zhao Yun spawned. Okay, that's really weird. I don't remember Zhao Yun actually spawning in. But the thing to think about with Dynasty Warriors 3, and this is something that is really, really interesting, is the generals, where you spawn as a general, like, changes the way the map goes. So I picked Zhang Fei on purpose because Zhang Fei is the general who goes on that one side. He spawns on the left side of this map. If you spawn in as Wang, if you pick Wang Zhang, or if you're doing Wang Zhang's Muso mode, you will spawn where Wang Zhang is. So you literally, it's a very simple, very primitive way to do it, but it changes the gameplay and allows for replayability for each of the characters because you want to see how the level changes and how priorities shift depending on where you spawn. That type of thing doesn't happen in Dynasty Warriors. Actually, no, it did happen in Dynasty Warriors 2, but it literally didn't happen in Dynasty Warriors 9, which is why I think Dynasty Warriors 9 is so stupid. Dynasty Warriors 9, the maps all are the exact same depending on who you play as. If you play through on Shu, Wu, or Wei, the ultimate map looks exactly the same no matter what, which is so freaking lazy and cheap. Dynasty Warriors 3, at least if you play as Zhao Yun, you're going to be a different character. You're going to spawn at a different place. If you play as Wang Zhang, you'll be in a different spot. If you play as Pang Tong and he's on the map, he spawns at a different spot. Every single character, that literally enables replayability. And every single character in Dynasty Warriors 3's movesets were more refined. In Dynasty Warriors 2, you have a lot of duplicate clone weapons because of the fact that they were literally building a game from the ground up. Dynasty Warriors 3, every single character has a unique moveset, which is awesome because they literally don't do that in Dynasty Warriors 9, and they have DLC in Dynasty Warriors 9, which is stupid. Again, what a garbage game that they literally didn't make unique movesets. In Dynasty Warriors 3, it came out in 2001. Every character has a unique moveset. For some reason, after Dynasty Warriors 5, they had a big, huge problem with this. But in Dynasty Warriors 3, 4, 5, and then 8, they all had unique movesets. But in Dynasty Warriors 9, nope, not unique movesets anymore. They literally took people's movesets away from Dynasty Warriors 8. It doesn't make any sense, and it's really stupid. But they did it, and they should regret that every single day because people were really mad about that. And then they freaking charged people DLC to unlock and de-clone weapons. How stupid is that? Like, and they didn't even make an Extreme Legends game of Dynasty Warriors 9. They just went straight to Empires. Like, what were they thinking with Dynasty Warriors 9? Why did they actively take away things from the player? The player literally can't do certain things that they used to be able to do. It's like pathetic that they did this. So at least in Dynasty Warriors 3, you still have replayability. You have characters that want to be different. You have Muso modes that are different. You have Muso modes that are characters have different levels on their Muso modes. Guan Yu has Guan Yu's Escape. Guan Yu's Escape isn't even in Dynasty Warriors 9 because they're so stupid. They like literally removed they got rid of Guan Yu's Escape. One of the best levels in the game to grind and level up your generals is gone in Dynasty Warriors 9. Like, I don't understand why they did that. And with Dynasty Warriors 3, at least with Dynasty Warriors 3, when you replay the level, you get new things, but you also do change. Mission 1 is different for certain characters. In Dynasty Warriors 9, if you are doing Chapter 1, it's always the Yellow Turban Rebellion, and it always plays the exact same way. It never shifts, it never evolves, it never changes, it looks exactly the same. If you play, Chapter 2, which is the Hulao Gate, always the same. Your character might not start at Yellow Turban Rebellion, but you still will have the exact same level playout. To the point that even if you're playing as a character who has a side mission in Dynasty Warriors 9, the dialogue doesn't change. They just make your character's request for help, even though you're playing as that character. It's stupid. I literally don't understand why they did stuff like that. It's so outrageous. Oh my gosh. So I think it's just a joke. I can't believe they did stuff like that. At least in Dynasty Warriors 3, you want to play as every character because you literally have different gameplay mechanics in that their weapons are different, but you also have different positioning where they spawn, and you have different ended cutscenes depending on what character you play as. The little back ending videos are a little bit different in Dynasty Warriors 3 depending on what character you play as. In Dynasty Warriors 9, the only reason to play through it as another character is to get their ending cutscene. That's it. There's no other reason to play through the game as other characters. And you can literally just watch that on YouTube. So it's not even worth it. It's not even fun. If the gameplay isn't fun, it's not going to be a good game. And that's what happened with Dynasty Warriors 9. At least in Dynasty Warriors 3, you literally want to play through the game with different characters. You want to grind. You want to search for the weapons. Dynasty Warriors 9 doesn't even have that. Dynasty Warriors 9 doesn't even have looking for weapons. Like, they didn't even care enough to, give you a new weapon. There's nothing. You just have one moveset. That's it. There's nothing changes in Dynasty Warriors 9. There's no progression in your character's moveset. Dynasty Warriors 3, 4, 5, all the way up. The movesets change as you unlock stuff. As you play through the game, your character gets better. In Dynasty Warriors 9, nope. You just have 4 moves, and that's it. Back to the Dynasty Warriors 2 idea, I guess, is what they were going for. I don't know. To me, it's just lazy. I don't know why they would think that was a good idea. But they did. They thought it was useful to make it so your character couldn't do certain things and literally loses progression. At least in Dynasty Warriors 3, you want to get your character stronger. You want to develop his moveset. You want to get the best weapons. You want to hunt for the fourth weapon, and then the 5th one in Extreme Legends. You literally want to do that. In Dynasty Warriors 9, there's no reason to play through the game with another character when you finish it. Absolutely no reason. It's useless. So, also your allies in Dynasty Warriors 3 heal as well. Characters don't heal in Dynasty Warriors 9. It's really weird. It's weird that mechanic that's been in every Dynasty Warriors game forever is suddenly just gone. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but they did. I don't know. So it's just all these simplicities of 3, but it still has a very high complexity. If you like play through the game, you see it's not just simple. It's not just, oh, I beat the game with the shoe force guy, I'm done. It's like, no, you want to play through the game with every character because you want to see how is the level different. What's the subtleties? It's way, way better. So I'm just blown away by how much you want, like, people just want to play through Dynasty Warriors 3. People go back to Dynasty Warriors 3. People mod Dynasty Warriors 3. I don't know how people do that, but there are modded videos for Dynasty Warriors 3 gameplay out there. Like, that's how good Dynasty Warriors 3 is. And so the levels in this game, they're dynamic. That's the thing that I was saying about Dynasty Warriors 2, but with Dynasty Warriors 9, in Dynasty Warriors 9, at least, actually not at least, in Dynasty Warriors 3, at least there's like pings, there's stuff going on. Dynasty Warriors 9, they say it helps. They say that doing certain missions helps, but they don't help. Nothing changes. Like, you just get a dialogue option later. A character goes, oh no, our reinforcements aren't coming. Like, don't tell me. Let me do it and then show me what happened. That's how a good game is made. You make a good game by making it make it a show, not a tell. Don't just say, oh no, the level of the enemy commander went down. Great job. Like, that's not a good game. The game is easier because you have a swarm of allies rushing the commander with you. Show me. Do not tell me how I saved everything. Let me see it. Let me see the general standing there with very little health left, but he's alive and he has troops still coming through his gate. That's what I want to see. And that's what happens in this game. Dynasty Warriors 9 doesn't even have gates. Like, the levels are it's just one giant level. I mean, Dynasty Warriors 3, because the game is smaller like this, they have way more room to make each level unique and have details and have graphics that are good. Dynasty Warriors 9 is just one level. So when you play through the game, when you play through the Yellow Turban level, it looks exactly the same as the Wuzheng Plains because it's the same areas. Like, yes, that's true that in there was a lot of battles happening in China, and a lot of them happened in the same areas. Show progression. Show how the level changes. Show how things are different. In Dynasty Warriors 3, they have time to do that because you can literally play through this level and you can play through an area just like when you play through, Yellow Turban Rebellion, that area is pretty close to where Liu Yong is, I think, maybe. If not, who cares? But it's like the levels have way more detail to them. Dynasty Warriors 9, you just go over to Hefei Castle and it's just a castle. Like, tiny castle, no detail. Your general just climbs a wall, kills Zhang Liao, level over. At least in this game, you see stuff going on. Zhang Liao spawns on Hefei, kills Tai Shishi unless you stop him. If he kills Tai Shishi, he respawns. He moves. The missions change. The objectives change. Objectives don't change in Dynasty Warriors 9. Or if they do, you have to be so bad at the game that then they change because you messed something up. But in Dynasty Warriors 9, it's just defeat Dong Zhuo. That's it. But in Cheng Bon, you can literally escape and not even kill Cao Cao in Dynasty Warriors 3. That kind of stuff does not happen in Dynasty Warriors 9. Oh my gosh, how did they remove... it's in Dynasty Warriors 3, and it was even in Dynasty Warriors 2. Dynasty Warriors 2 had Liu Bei running too. The game couldn't end with Liu Bei running, but he escapes and peasants retreat and all that stuff. They literally thought of that in Dynasty Warriors 2, and in Dynasty Warriors 9, not even there. It's not a thing. And it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be important to do all these missions on the side, but very few of them matter. Very few of them actually make a difference. If your character in those games is strong enough, who actually cares? It literally doesn't matter. So I think that's where I come from with this. I just think that Dynasty Warriors 3, the gameplay is replayable. The best way to know if a game is good is, do you come back and play it years later? Do you come back and play it 2 years later, 3 years later, 4 years later? Do you play it a lot? Do you put a lot of hours into the game? Dynasty Warriors 3, you can play this game a long time. There's things to do. There's weapons to find. There's items to find. There's ways to... Can I get through a whole level without losing people? Can I let the fire attack happen on Yi Ling and still win the level without losing a general? You can make your own challenges in Dynasty Warriors 3. Dynasty Warriors 9 has nothing like that. Dynasty Warriors 9 has no ways to improve. The game is busted at its core. And Dynasty Warriors 2 is even better than Dynasty Warriors 9 with its gameplay. You want to be around your troops. You want to swarm the commanding officer in Dynasty Warriors 2. Dynasty Warriors 9, you literally repel, fast travel, kill a guy, repel, fast travel, kill a guy. That's all you do. You just climb a wall, kill a guy that's in the place, wait for the game to realize that you beat him because it takes it a while, then you just leave. That's it. It's rinse and repeat, boring gameplay. That loop is terrible, and if the gameplay wasn't bad enough with that, the movesets are so simple and so boring that you don't even want to play through the game with characters with similar weapons. You just literally don't care. I literally ran out of caring. I just make a video on Dynasty Warriors every couple of months to just remind people, don't let that happen again. Like we need to not let another Dynasty Warriors 9 situation happen ever again. That cannot happen ever again. It was so outrageous that they did what they did. Anything else I need to say on this stuff? I'm gonna actually look at my little cheat sheet here. Oh yeah, the music. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot about the music. The music in Dynasty Warriors 3 is freaking incredible. Every track has purpose. Every track is amazing. I absolutely enjoy it all. It's just, they really knew what they were doing with Dynasty Warriors 3's music. Arena is incredible. The Hefei Castle theme, great. Chang Bon is really good. Every single track in Dynasty Warriors 3 slaps and is incredible. Dynasty Warriors 9s are just completely terrible. Just generic, boring, so like just no energy, no emotion in the game. You get levels like Yiling. Yiling has always been nailed. They've always nailed the theme song for Yiling until Dynasty Warriors 9. Dynasty Warriors Avenging Battle in Dynasty Warriors 4 is the best track in Dynasty Warriors history, probably. I think if I had to say, I would say that. But like, what was it in Dynasty Warriors 9? Does anyone remember? No? Nobody? I don't remember. I have no idea what the map music sounded like in Dynasty Warriors 9 because it was so forgettable. It was not exciting to play through that game. And the music helps. Like, you can have a bad game with good music and like still be like, all right, okay, I can handle it. It's not great, but I can deal with this. But with Dynasty Warriors 9, it's like, what were any of the tracks? Was any track good? Even Dynasty Warriors 7 had good music. Dynasty Warriors 6 had good music. Dynasty Warriors 6 was widely regarded as the worst Dynasty Warriors game in the series until Dynasty Warriors 9 came out, and everyone just went, we have a winner. We literally have a winner. And it's true. Dynasty Warriors 9 is completely terrible in every way. And like, you gotta have good music in a Dynasty Warriors game. Like, the bar was set pretty high with Koei because they just knew what they were doing with Dynasty Warriors 9's music, or with 3's music, even 2. All those games had great music. They literally were just so good. But then they just, I don't know why they made the music so generic. Like, Dynasty Warriors music has always had a little bit of a rock flair, but then it's been mainly, culturally appropriate music. So like, if you have good music, you have a decent game. If you have good gameplay, you have a decent game. If you have both, you have a great game. If you have neither, you have a laughing stock in the entire franchise. So like, I just don't know what else I could have said there.
Not yet. Break the siege of the Yellow Turban.
Now we're on to dialogue as a whole. So the way that Dynasty Warriors games went was in Dynasty Warriors 2, again, we mentioned before, you have the pings, you have the little notification that something is going on the level. Dynasty Warriors 3, they added dialogue, so when reinforcements pop up, a character comments on it and says, oh gosh, they still have some troops left, stuff like that. Then, like, there's cutscenes in the middle of games too. Like, you have like magic attacks where a cutscene goes off, and we're going to bring up the most legendary cutscene of all in the next few seconds here.
You flaming idiots! Take this!
So like, you see all that. You see that is way better than anything that happens in Dynasty Warriors 9. Even 2 does better with that. 2 has little like moments where the cutscene brings the gameplay to a halt, so oh, this is significant. Like, oh, rocks are falling. Oh, wind is falling. Oh, stuff like that is going on. That type of stuff happened in Dynasty Warriors 2. That kind of stuff doesn't even happen in Dynasty Warriors 9. You don't even know, like, there's no cutscenes. There's just dialogue. Dynasty Warriors 2 has cutscenes. Dynasty Warriors 3 has cutscenes in the middle of the gameplay. good gameplay cutscenes. Cutscenes that actually are interesting, where you see what's going on, it pings where it is, it's good information for the player. That does not happen in Dynasty Warriors 9. Dynasty Warriors 9 is useless for that. You literally just, because the levels are so replayable, that's the only way that you know anything is even going on, is you just memorize what's happening, because the game, they put forth so little effort in changing up the level that you don't have to know anything. You don't have to see a cutscene. It's stupid. Dynasty Warriors 2 and 3 both have cutscenes. They have things that happen on the level that tell you what's going on. There are cutscenes before missions that are better than Dynasty Warriors 9. Dynasty Warriors 9 has these stupid dialogue things where characters are just standing there, swaying back and forth in an idle animation while characters explain what's going on. Useless. That is so freaking bad. At least in Dynasty Warriors 3, they had the epic narrator reading off lines of what's going on, and he's just reading out of, it's just history. It's straight history. At least that's better than, at least that knows what it wants to be. Dynasty Warriors 9 is like trying to do the thing where in Dynasty Warriors 8 where the characters are in the little camp, like waiting to debrief. But it's done so poorly because they realized they couldn't do that because the map was open world. It's just like, guys, what did you think was going to happen when you made this? Like, so, I mean, in Dynasty Warriors 3, you have cutscenes before the maps that are good, that actually tell what's going on. You have the Nanman one where Manguo throws a cup at a random soldier who says enemies are coming. That's a funny cutscene. You have a cutscene where Zhang Fei talks about how hot it is in the Nanman area. You have the cutscene where Lu Xun shoots an arrow at Sima Yi's face and he starts bleeding. Like, that's way better than anything in 9. That stuff is way better than 9. Even the moments where you see wind blowing in Dynasty Warriors 2 is better than Dynasty Warriors 9's crap. Like, you literally have stuff going on. The player gets educated about what's happening on the map. That type of thing literally does not happen in 9. Apart from stupid dialogue trees, and then they say, difficulty of killing boss drops from level 45 to level 42. That is not good. That is not good gameplay. You've got to let the player know that their actions matter. And so in this game, when you break down the rocks and you have your character slash a rock and say, I fear no magic, forward, that's better than anything that happens in 9. And Dynasty Warriors 3 is super cringy with its dialogue because it's pretty bad. I mean, You Flaming Idiots is like the most iconic thing ever. So, like, they literally, like, you have to know what you're doing as the player, and you have to be rewarded for what you're doing, and you have to get, like, the people cheering every time your character defeats a general is awesome in Dynasty Warriors 3. That type of stuff isn't in Dynasty Warriors 9. There's no emotion, there's no energy in Dynasty Warriors 9. Your characters just stand there like idiots in between moments where battles are happening. It's so poorly done, and it's just embarrassing for everybody. Anybody who played Dynasty Warriors 9 is probably embarrassed like I was. I tried so hard to defend Dynasty Warriors 9 because everybody was so mad at it, but I'm like, yeah, everybody was freaking right. Dynasty Warriors 9 didn't even have gameplay, like anything interesting happening on the levels. You don't see Zhang Jiao cutscenes where he moves around the map, where he spawns in at the bottom of the hill as I'm up this hill and I have to come running back down. He's waiting there. I defeat Zhang Jiao. He pops up somewhere else. When he pops up, they ping it. You know where to go. A general immediately says, oh gosh, I'm struggling. Han Fusong or whatever his name is. People comment on things. Stuff matters. In Dynasty Warriors 9, battles are just set to a stalemate until you come over there and kill the general. That's it. There's no loss. There's no loss in Dynasty Warriors 9. You don't see a general that you're supposed to rescue lose and see his mission fail. That doesn't happen. He just sits there trapped in a battle forever until the game ends. That's literally what happens all the time. It's useless. They literally, like, you defeat generals. Things happen. Morale's increased. Remember when morale was in Dynasty Warriors games? It's not really in Dynasty Warriors games anymore. It's like they just kind of got rid of that because people, I guess, didn't like it. But I don't even think that's what it is. I think they just got tired of redoing that. I don't know. Maybe people hated it. I like the morale system. I like feeling like your side wins when you start beating people, even if you're not even near it. Like, I like random generals commenting that you want to fight, and then their morale goes up. Like, that's awesome. When your commanding officer comments on you defeating 50 kills, your commanding officer or you will get a morale boost. That doesn't happen in 9. Who cares? There's cutscenes about rivers getting frozen. Look at this. This doesn't happen in Dynasty Warriors 9. There's nothing like this in Dynasty Warriors 9. Ambush parties are appearing. Oh my gosh, that doesn't happen in Dynasty Warriors 9. Nothing like that happens. people's morales are increasing. People are going crazy. Generals are spawning on the map. Zhang Chang is here with 1 billion stars. I'm gonna have to go run over here, rescue Cao Cao. Although it's Cao Cao, but they have his name pronounced wrong. It's fine. It's hilarious. Like, that is gameplay. That is telling a story on the map. That's something happening on the map. Something interesting. You see that Zhang Chang has a star morale of 8, so you have to come running over here, save Cao Hong. Cao Hong has only 1 bodyguard right there. I can tell. I ran over here. I rescued him. I'm gonna take out Zhang Chang, and then Cao Hong's probably not gonna die now. He may die later because I'm playing this on hard. But look at this. This is interesting. Zhang Chang is strong. He has 8 stars for his morale. He had an officer. Bo Zhang popped up. Bo Zhang had a strong morale. They were just rolling through Cao Cao's troops. He may have already lost. He did lose generals. See, he lost generals. That's interesting. He's losing generals because he had a morale of 1 and Zhang Chang had a morale of 8. It's worth it to rush over here and rescue him. When you rescue him, good things happen. Like, that is how a game needs to be done. Dynasty Warriors 9, who cares? Who cares if you go run over there and rescue a guy? He says he's helping, but he doesn't do anything. He may walk up at the last second while you kill the final officer, but not really. It doesn't really matter. Like, who even cares? Who even knows what's happening on the level? Who cares? Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's worth it to run around the map and rescue people. You feel like you're accomplishing something. You feel like something is different. Something is better. Things are improving. Your side is at a disadvantage, but that you can turn the tides. You can make a difference. You can do things. Anything. Oh, I'm just spending a lot of time on this section because I'm really annoyed by the fact that Dynasty Warriors has had a tried and true formula forever. It's always worked, literally. You have a great methodology here, and they just destroyed it in 1 game. It was fine in 8. 8 was fine, and they just ruined 9 by getting rid of everything about 8 that made it a return to glory for the series. They literally changed everything. And now here we are. This is how DLC is done right. You literally have advancements in every way with Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends compared to Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, where it's so clearly just a cash grab, literally. So, new challenge modes. You have more difficulties. You have the novice and extremely hard difficulty, whatever they're called. You can create your own bodyguard units. You have, the same movie gallery opening, stuff like that, but now you can screen adjust. That wasn't there before. You can reset characters in this game. That's interesting. That's unique. You have versus mode. Versus mode is different as well. You have the option of installing the original and then you can play through the original game on Extreme Legend with extremely hard and easy difficulty. You have Muso modes now for all the other characters. You have new costumes. That wasn't a thing. You can give your bodyguards items. Like, this is literally how DLC is supposed to be done. Make it where that you can actually do interesting things with the characters on the map. It's awesome. And there's 5th weapons in this game. Again, Dynasty Warriors 9, no extra weapons. What's up with that? Where is that? Why don't they have unique weapons in the game? What were they thinking? Why would they get rid of stuff like that? Like, I don't understand why in the world they would do what they did. They literally removed so many features with Dynasty Warriors 9. And Dynasty Warriors 3 is literally just an improvement on 2 in every single way. The only thing that 2 has that 3 doesn't have is unique levels. There are levels that were only in 2 that were not in 3. That's interesting. I don't know why they did that, but it's not a big deal. Like, those levels are great, but 3s are great too. Like, they literally redid the levels in 3. That's awesome. And then with 3 and then 3 Extreme Legends, they literally redid all these levels to fit for the other characters. And there's more dialogue. The levels are more interesting. You have General on your side who actually does a rock attack. That doesn't really happen, like, it kind of happened in 3 as well. You have fire attacks on the Battle of Chibi. So, like, you have fire attacks. You have rock attacks, Dynasty Warriors 3. That doesn't even happen in 9. Like, there's a cutscene, but you don't trigger the attack. You don't do it. It doesn't let you do it. So, like, what are we doing here? Like, again, it's just... It's embarrassing how literally they, like... Why did they not add in, like, missions on the levels that change the way the level goes? Why? I don't understand. I never will understand why Dynasty Warriors 9 was the way it was. And as I, like, rail on Dynasty Warriors 9, I just come back to Dynasty Warriors 3 and go, look how good Dynasty Warriors 3 was. They could have literally just remastered Dynasty Warriors 3 instead of making Dynasty Warriors 9. Then it would have been a good, like, that would have been a good year for Koei. If they had just remade this game exactly the way it was with better graphics. It would have been, people would have gone, this is so great. But they didn't. They tried to make an open world game and it was a terrible idea and it just didn't work. But, like, I'm amazed by what they did to innovate between now and Extreme Legends. Like, Extreme Legends literally has so much stuff, and it was like, what, $40, $20? I think it was not that expensive to get this game. And it's totally worth it, because you get all this new stuff, and you can literally play through the original game with these new settings. That's awesome. And you have new costumes. That wasn't even a thing. Like, we take costumes for granted. I don't even think costumes were in Dynasty Warriors 9. They're probably paid DLC, but, like... whatever. Like, in this game, there's just costumes that are achieved by unlocking things or having the other game. Remember that? Remember when you got to play the game and unlock stuff? Oh my goodness. How crazy is that? Like, it's just amazing what Dynasty Warriors 3 could do. Dynasty Warriors 3 just is such a fun game. So replayable. AI are great. They block, they parry. You can parry. That's pretty cool. They Muso you without a weird animation to let you know, hey, I am Musoing. They let you know when they're charging up to heal. They can get increases in attack and defense. It's awesome. Like, they really thought through everything with these early Dynasty Warriors games. And I'll probably go through and name how I think every game after Dynasty Warriors 3 is leagues, light years ahead of Dynasty Warriors 9. Dynasty Warriors 2, I think, is as good. You can look at my video on that. I talk about that in my video. It's just crazy. It's crazy that Dynasty Warriors 3 advanced this much, and they did it again in a year. This game is dated 2002, 2003. Dynasty Warriors 1, 2000. Dynasty Warriors 3 was 2001. Dynasty Warriors 2 was 2000. That is a lot of advancement in, like, not a long time. Like, think about that. They literally changed so much in the mechanics of this game in, like, a very brief period of time. Like, if people don't think that Koei at one point was killing it, like, you have to remember where they came from. Like, I know that a lot of people out there are, like, just completely over Koei because of Dynasty Warriors 9. I get that. I've thought about that, but I can't forget where they were. So, like, I'm gonna still root for them. But yeah, Dynasty Warriors 9 and Extreme Legends were just terrible games. They did not do it for me. And it's probably because these levels have so much detail. The fact that the level is not open world. Open world's not a bad thing, by the way. Open world's not a bad idea. It makes sense that they literally have Empires games in the series, which are, like, as close to open world as possible. So, like, I get why people think it. I get why people go, like, oh, open world's a great idea with Koei. I agree, but it's got to be interesting. Castles have to be dynamic, like, big. Lots of stuff to do, layers, depth. And Dynasty Warriors 3 or Dynasty Warriors 9's castles, they're nothing. Like, even Dynasty Warriors 3's castle right now, we're at this, what's this castle called? I don't remember what this castle is called. It says Attack on Lubiao. That's a castle that he's up in. It's got layers to it. It's got paths. It's got walkways. You can't just run straight in and go right to Lubiao and kill him. Like, it doesn't work like that. You know, actually that's Zhengjiao. But you can't just walk in there and be like, all right, game over. I mean, imagine how boring that would be. That's exactly what Dynasty Warriors 9 is. It's just rappelling into a place, killing the commander there, and then moving on. That is so boring, I can't even believe it. So, at least in Dynasty Warriors 3 and Extreme Legends, you have all this replayability, all this customization. You have so much that you can do, and it just changes everything. So, And the music's great. Again, I've said that already. I think I've said everything I want to say. It's just, I hope that Dynasty Warriors 10 is nothing like 9 in any way, unless they redeem everything about 9 and they apologize when they make the video. Like they go, yeah, we screwed this whole thing up. Here's how we're going to fix it. Like that, then maybe. But like, I doubt they're going to do that. They're probably just going to do what they did before, which is do paid DLC on clone weapons, which is just such a, like, what happened to Koei, honestly? That can be a whole video. But we'll see. We'll see if that's what happens. But if they keep falling apart, then yeah, that video will have to be made by every single person who plays Dynasty Warriors on YouTube. We'll team up and we'll all make it. So, yep, that's it for now. Thank y'all for watching. I hope this was a good video. I'm trying to think if I have anything else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, just the Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires was bare bones. They really did not work very hard on that. I feel like they just... I don't know why they did it. I don't know why with Dynasty Warriors 9 they did what they did. But they did. They just decided to simplify everything, make everything look bland and boring, and make it so that, as the player, we felt no excitement for accomplishing anything. In Dynasty Warriors 3, you want to play through the levels as different characters that you know are on the level because you want to see what happens as a result of that. That kind of stuff is just unspoken and great about how to beat these games. It's just fun, and you get to see what happens when you beat generals, when you lower morale, when you take strongholds. When you do stuff like that in Dynasty Warriors 3, you see a difference. You see the level change. They don't tell you. I think that's a big point on this. You gotta make it so that the player feels like something they did makes a difference. And it just wasn't like that in 9. And it was like that in 2. Like, 2 had that. 3 has it better, but 2 did have the feeling of accomplishment. When you beat levels, it was worth it. It was, like, exciting to beat levels when you were playing through those games. Like, you actually wanted to, like, you wanted to explore the level. You wanted to see how many generals you could save. Dynasty Warriors 3 or 9, you just don't care. You just want to get the stupid cutscene at the end of the game because that is the only thing that was unique about any characters in that game. It's the only thing. So, yeah, see, look, Kuai Liang got defeated. I wasn't even up there. It's because I'm under him, under Zhang Jiao, and Zhang Jiao's morale is really high. See, you strengthen your side enough, good things happen across the map without you having to be there. That does not happen in 9. That does happen in 2. That does happen in 3, and it happens better in 3 than it did in 2. 3 is just a great game. One of the best, if I had to say so. But they're all the older games are great. So, I think that's it, though. You know, subscribe, help me get to 1,000 subs. Let me know what you think about this stuff. I'm very curious. Enjoy. Hope y'all enjoyed. Peace.